Today I'm going to bring you along with me in sewing a knit dress. I've never worked with knit before, so I'm a bit nervous. I have my coffee and I've sufficiently procrastinated enough in the day to start this video. It is now 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was inspired by the YouTube channel Marlena to make this dress and to use this pattern. I love her channel. If you haven't heard of her or seen her videos, I highly suggest it. I can link her. I love all of her videos. She does a combination of like vintage and modern sewing with a mix of other hobbies. The pattern maker is notyourcherryDESIGNS. I found it on Etsy. She made a video using this pattern, making this dress multiple ways, and I'm just going to make one dress today. That's enough of a challenge for me. The fabric I will be using is this, I honestly don't even know what. It's like a viscose maybe. It's kind of this like emerald, very like light turquoise green. I sourced this actually from the market by my house. It's like a huge table of just a ton of fabric that you have to dig through. Honestly, it's not the most organized or the cleanest, but I think I got so much of this for, I want to say, less than €5. As you can see, I've already cut out my pieces. This pattern only has 4 pieces, which is divine. I love a simple pattern. Mandy! So the first step is to finish the edges of the dress. I unfortunately do not have a serger, so I'm not quite sure how to finish these, to be completely honest. I'm thinking I don't want to just leave them because they're obviously a little jagged due to my incredible cutting skills. So I've decided I think I'm just going to finish it off with this, the bottom. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the shoulders. I'm going to finish these off with a little zigzag stitch. Okay, now it's time to pin the sides together. So I'm going to pin along these edges. The rules recommended a stretch stitch, which I'm not quite sure what that is, so I'm going to have to Google that. I believe this is a 4-way stretch fabric, which is why they recommend doing that. Hi, baby. Yeah. This quite literally looks like a little ballerina dress. It looks so tiny, but you know, it is stretchy. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be too small. I guess we'll see. Hi, baby. Yeah. This is Sebastian. He loves coming and plopping on mommy's projects. Don't you? Pretty boy. Also, I stand corrected. These will be flipped up and hemmed. I just, read to the end of the instructions. Okay, so I'm Googling what is a stretch stitch, and it seems like it's like a zigzag stitch. Interesting. So I guess I just need to change to like a zigzag. Don't you love when you accidentally put all your needles the opposite way that you need to pick them? Yeah, me too. It seems like the key is making sure that there's absolutely no pull, like making sure you have all the fabric on the table. There's nothing that's like pulling in any direction. Or maybe there's a better way to do it and I'm stupid. So it's a little bit see-through, obviously, but that's the fabric. But yeah, I'm happy with this. I think obviously the upside with working with stretch fabrics is they're much more forgiving, right? It's okay if your seams aren't perfect, because mine are not. You can see there's a lot of puckering. I might go back and fix those. Good. So now I need to do the shoulders and then the ruche thing across the top, over the shoulder thing that's gonna go here. Hello, it is day 2 of this project, and today I think I could finish. This was a very simple sewing project. So I need to press, first I need to press the seams open of the dress, of what I did yesterday. I need to add the shoulders, and then I need to just fit the panel on top to give that over the shoulder look. I have a vision for this dress that I don't know if I will be able to do. I will post a picture here of something I saw on Pinterest a few nights ago, and it was a dress that was kind of like of this material, and it had these buttons all over it, and the second I saw it I was like, that is so cute. I had this vision of putting some sort of like embellishment or jewels on top, but when I tried the dress on yesterday, it's pretty like thin fabric, and it's a bit weighty, like it feels kind of heavy, like it hangs on the body. So I think if I put anything on it, it might droop the fabric and kind of pull it down, but I'm not sure. So I'm hoping once I finish the dress, I can maybe go to the store, try to find some jewels, and hand sew them on, but we'll see. So I just realized I definitely sewed the armhole shut. I was like, where do I put the shoulder sleeve? Oh yeah, right here. Alrighty, shoulders are on. Not perfect, but pretty cute. Say hi. Okay, so I've sewn together the top panels, the 2 top panels. I pressed my seams open, and now I need to add an elastic, I believe here in the sort of center of the seam. I've attached the panel to the bodice. I'm not gonna lie, this part was a little bit confusing in the instructions, and there weren't any notches on the panel, so it really just said to center the seam with the bodice seam. So it feels like it's kind of a little bit of guessing, but it's okay. I figured it out. So yeah, we're gonna get this sewn on, and then I think that's pretty much it, except for hemming, and maybe I don't know if I need to top stitch the seam. few days later, I finished my dress. I went to my local Notion store this morning. It's funny because in the US they're called craft stores, but here I've like struggled trying to find what the name of these types of stores are. I've heard Notions, I've heard haberdashery, which I think is a British thing. I've never used that word in my life. And I tried to pick out some jewels that I want to put on the dress, and the lady there was super nice and helped me look through all the colors. I showed her a picture of my dress, and she was also kind of giving me some advice. So what I picked up 3 options, and I'm not going to use all of them, but they were really cheap and I figured why not. So this is the first one. So this is kind of like a pink with hints of green, and she actually suggested this one because of the little hints of green in them. They're really small. These are blue. It's kind of like a very light blue, like the same shape as the pink ones. And these little like pearly light pink beads. I don't know why these colors just kind of screamed out to me. I didn't go in with any idea of what I wanted to do, but I'm struggling trying to decide which ones to use, what kind of configuration to do. Originally I was like, oh, I'll just do little dots, little circles, but I don't want it to look like a little girl dress. All right, so these are the options. Here's kind of like all blue with the pearls, and then with the pink. There's some like blue and pink mixed in either of those, but I don't know. So I kind of did a test with the all blue, and I think this looks kind of like the classiest. As you can see, it's not super obvious, but I've put in like little hints of the pink, which I think might make them pop out more. So I probably shouldn't try to make this too complicated on myself, and I'll just go with my original idea. I won't try to do any like crazy pattern. So I thought I would share my final thoughts on this project while you watch some clips from my vacation. Overall, like I had mentioned, I found this project to be very simple and fun, and I highly recommend it to anyone. It's very beginner friendly, and it wasn't very fussy at all. In hindsight, the beading really didn't add that much to the dress. As you can see, it's not very obvious on camera, and neither is it in person. I probably would have been better off going with one of the pink beads, but I learned a new skill, and sometimes that's all that matters. If I did this dress again, I would definitely try the longer version. I think it would be so elegant and would be perfect for like a wedding or a holiday party. The dress turned out perfect in the setting that I was in, and I really felt like my vision had come to life, and I felt so beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have had a beautiful summer.